Hello, everyone. This is Michael Balesta. The Cavs won Game 5 in Cleveland 98-95 on Wednesday. A buzzer-beating three-point shot by LeBron James following a block of Victor Oladipo gave the hosts a 3-2 series lead. The Pacers then crushed the Cavaliers in Game 6 121-87 in Indianapolis Friday night. Sunday, Cleveland escaped 105-101 in Game 7 to qualify for Round 2. LeBron James once again had to carry the team. He finished with 45 points, making 16 of 25 shots from the field. Thankfully, he did get enough help from his teammates. Tristan Thompson stepped up with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Kevin Love hit big three-point baskets and would tally 14 points. George Hill and J.R. Smith each got 11 in the win. Like a lot of Cavaliers fans, I am relieved, yet grateful that they survived this first round. The Pacers have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Victor Oladipo is a great player, and Indiana will be tough for years to come. The Cavs will take on the Toronto Raptors tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time in Canada. Game 2 will start early at 6 on Thursday before the scene shifts to Cleveland Saturday and Monday, with both games starting at 8:30. If the series goes the distance, Game 5 in Toronto is Wednesday, May 9th. Game 6 in Cleveland is listed for Friday the 11th, with the series finishing Sunday the 13th at Air Canada Centre. Cleveland will have to be much better than they were in Round 1 against the Pacers if they want to have a chance of getting back to the Eastern Conference Finals. Their defense needs to improve because they will face DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, two very talented superstars for the Raptors. They have a good player in Serge Ibaka, who used to play for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jonas Valanciunas and Jakob Poeltl are both 7 feet tall. OG Anunoby and Fred VanVleet are young players that look comfortable in their roles. Because the Cavs needed 7 games, they do not have much time to rest with Game 1 coming up tonight. I really think if Cleveland wants to have a chance of getting out of this series, they need to get a split in Toronto coming back to Cleveland for Game 3. The Raptors having home court in this series is significant because they did not have it the last 2 years. The Cavs eliminated them both times. The Cavaliers spent a lot of energy in a hard-fought series against the Indiana Pacers. It may be a lot to ask for the visitors to take the first game, but even if Cleveland does not capture a win tonight, but gets one Thursday, then doubt creeps back into the minds of the Toronto Raptors players. They will wonder whether they can actually beat LeBron and the Cavs 4 times in a series when the teams go back to Quicken Loans Arena. Cleveland beat Toronto in the 2 home games during the regular season and 5 times in postseason play in the last 2 seasons. Psychologically, the Cavaliers have an edge going into this second-round series. The question is, how much was drained out of them from Round 1? If they still have enough gas in the tank, I believe Cleveland will win in 6 games if there is lots of production aside from LeBron James. If not, I think Toronto wins in 5 games. The Indians split 2 games against the Cubs in Cleveland. Tuesday, they lost 10-3. Ian Happ had 3 hits and 2 runs batted in for Chicago. Wednesday, Cleveland was able to put the loss behind them in a 4-1 win. Brandon Guyer canceled out Anthony Rizzo's RBI single in the 5th inning to tie the game at 1 via the home run. Francisco Lindor and Edwin Encarnacion each were able to duplicate the success of Guyer by hitting the ball out of the park in the following inning. They added 1 more run in the 8th, just minutes after James made his game-winning 3-point basket next door from Progressive Field, which got the fans excited. The Indians played Seattle for 4 games. They won Friday 6-5, but lost the other 3 by scores of 5-4, 12-4, and 10-4. The Mariners put up 36 combined hits in those wins. Cleveland just won just 1 of 3 games in Seattle a few weeks ago, so I think the Indians are pleased that they are in their rearview mirror for the time being. Monday, the Indians plated 4 runs in the 8th inning to beat the Texas Rangers 7-5. Jason Kipnis broke a 1-1 tie in the 5th inning, scoring Bradley Zimmer. After Robinson Chirinos tied the game with a solo home run in the 7th, Jose Ramirez put Cleveland back ahead as he brought home Francisco Lindor for a 3-2 lead. In the 8th, Texas fought back with RBI doubles off the bats of Jurickson Profar and Nomar Mazara for a 4-3 lead. That set up the 4-run bottom of the 8th. Lindor singled to score Rajai Davis. Jose Ramirez then got Bradley Zimmer home to put the Indians back up. Finally, Yonder Alonso had a base hit to drive in Lindor and Ramirez. The Rangers got 1 run back in the 9th, courtesy of Mazara's infield hit to plate home Drew Robinson, but the Indians held on for a 7-5 win. Cleveland is 15-12 and enter the month of May leading the Detroit Tigers by 4 games in the American League Central Division standings. Up next, the Indians host the Rangers at 6:10 p.m. Eastern Time tonight as Doug Fister and Mike Clevenger are scheduled to pitch. There is a matinee game at 1:10 Wednesday. Matt Moore and Corey Kluber are the probable starters. On Thursday, a doubleheader is scheduled against the Toronto Blue Jays. In the first game, Jaime Garcia will oppose Carlos Carrasco. In Game 2, the listed starter for Cleveland is Adam Plutko, according to the MLB At-Bat app. A three-game series at Progressive Field against the Yankees starts Friday at 7:05. The Saturday and Sunday games each start at 1:05. Following an off day, Monday, the Indians will begin a two-game interleague series in Milwaukee Tuesday at 7:40. I like the positions that the Indians are in because the goal is to try to get back to the postseason by winning the division. To have the chance to win the World Series for the first time in 70 years, they need to take care of business in the AL Central. I do not know if they will actually win it this year, since the postseason can have strange twists and turns, but they do not want to have to resort to playing in a one-game wildcard play-in game where anything can happen. Qualifying by winning the division ensures that Cleveland would start their campaign by competing in a best-of-5 series, giving them a bigger margin for error. The Browns selected Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield with the first overall draft pick of 2018. They took Ohio State cornerback Denzel Ward in the fourth position on Thursday. Friday, they took Austin Corbett, a guard from Nevada, to fill the void of Joe Thomas, who announced his retirement earlier this year. Cleveland also selected running back Nick Chubb of Georgia in round 2. Later that night, in round 3, they took Miami defensive end Chad Thomas. Saturday, they chose wide receiver Antonio Callaway of Florida as their round 4 pick. Jannard Avery, an inside linebacker from Memphis, was taken in round 5. Wide receiver Damian Ratley from Texas A&M was the first pick of the 6th round. 13 picks later, Louisiana Lafayette defensive back Simeon Thomas was the final pick for the Browns in the 2018 NFL Draft. On the Browns app, I noticed Monday that Cleveland signed quarterback Joel Stave. They waived wide receivers Matt Hazel and Kason Williams, as well as defensive back Kai Nakua. Demarius Randall, a former safety with the Green Bay Packers, will play free safety in Cleveland, according to head coach Hugh Jackson. My reaction to the results of the draft is that no one knows how things will shake out. It is hard to know what players will look like 3 months from now, how they will look when they play real games. I thought that getting Bradley Chubb out of North Carolina State would be great to have as another pass rusher along with Myles Garrett as the 4th pick, but Denzel Ward might be able to help out the secondary. There are quite a few receivers and tight ends for the Browns to deal with in the AFC North Division. The defense needs to be strong because the offense kept turning the ball over last season. Additionally, they did not score enough points in 2017. Baker Mayfield at quarterback will be interesting since no one knows at what point of the season he will be behind center. Tyrod Taylor could be the Week 1 starter. Maybe Mayfield could win over the job prior to that point. I'm concerned about him talking smack to opponents and getting unsportsmanlike penalties because of his exuberant behavior, especially if he makes big plays. Can he control himself and not cost the team when wins have been so hard to come by? There will be plenty of questions and answers when training camp arrives later this summer. The North Texas Browns Backers Club had a great turnout at Fox and Hound last Thursday. The first regular season game is Sunday, September 9th at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers at noon, so mark that down on your calendars. Please check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. If you live outside of the North Texas region, please search to find a Browns Backers Club closest to you. The text of this blog is available at http://www.mjbolesta2, as in the number 2, blog.wordpress.com. I am on Twitter at mjbolesta2 and on Facebook at Michael Bolesta. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Bolesta, Roman numeral 2. God bless. Have a wonderful day.